Good morning, fellow students. As you all know, my name is AJ, and these are my colleagues Victor and Anya. And today we are here to address the issue of carbon emissions and its effect on the environment, and whether or not it should be decreased or increased. Today, we are representing Norway as well as for the decrease in carbon emissions.
Norway is officially named the Kingdom of Norway and is made up of many northern European states. Norway has a population of over 5 million and a surface area of 385,252 square kilometers. Norway is the third largest energy exporter in the world.
Carbon emissions, or CO2, carbon dioxide, or CO2, is a colorless, odorless natural gas, currently the dominant natural gas produced by human activity and industry. Approximately 37% of carbon emissions are from electrical usage, 31% from transportation, 15% from industry, and 10% from residential and commercial. And finally, 6% is from non-fossil fuel consumption. Carbon emissions have been increasing throughout the decades, mainly due to events such as the Industrial Revolution, as well as the increased usage of electrical appliances and the burning of fossil fuels. Carbon emissions are caused by the natural circulation of carbon among the atmosphere, oceans, soil, plants, and animals, but ever since the Industrial Revolution, humans have contributed a substantial amount to carbon emissions. Carbon emissions and carbon dioxide in general have a devastating effect on the environment. These include effects such as the increase in rain acidity or acid rain, but the largest contribution that carbon emissions have is to the greenhouse effect.
The greenhouse effect is the main cause of global warming. The effect is caused by the sun's rays or radiation reaching the Earth's atmosphere, which is built out of layers of gases which build up over time.
So why is the greenhouse effect bad? You may ask. Well, the simple increase in global warming can lead to many disastrous effects, one of which is the increase in air temperature, which can lead to the destruction of natural habitats, as well as animal and plant species. Not only this, but the increased air temperature can lead to the melting of the polar ice caps, as well as a dramatic change in weather patterns. The severity of all this will continue to increase the warmer it gets.
There are a variety of ways to reduce carbon emissions, such as using geothermal energy, solar power, and wind power. Norway can contribute to this effort to increase carbon emissions by tapping our potential for hydroelectric power and installing an increased number of wind power plants in some of our uninhabited areas. This would help decrease carbon emissions without causing much of an inconvenience, as almost 70% of Norway is uninhabitable for humans. In addition, Norway is now putting large amounts of money into the development of carbon capture and storage, so we are able to continue exporting oil, gas, and energy on a large scale without damaging the environment. We are so concerned because carbon emissions would have an extremely bad effect on the world. Decreasing carbon emissions would reduce the chance of natural disasters, the chance of bodies of ice melting, and therefore causing flooding in lower-lying islands, and lower the chance of habitat destruction and extinction of species. And overall, it would give citizens a healthier and safer life.
By the year 2020, we will aim to reduce average annual industrial greenhouse gas emissions by 37% and reduce industrial greenhouse gas emissions. A huge decrease in carbon emissions could prevent premature deaths. Greenhouse gas and carbon emissions trap heat, warming the globe and contributing to the ever-growing problem of global warming. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, the human activity of burning fuel and causing greenhouse gas emissions has never ceased to think, creating impacts around the globe. Even though we are saying this for our country, we are also saying this for the entire planet. Save Norway as well as our